Peachy.
For those at home, I titled my list Legally Blonde.
I just wrote 1 through 8.
Because,
it's a good
movie, and it's kind of like a play on his Legally Blind.
We're going shopping.
Get in, losers. We're going shopping.
I've become best friends with them.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm festive.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Dear Hollow Heroes. I'm BP alongside Meak-Man, Liam Meekum. All right, this is take 2.
What's up, guys?
This is take 2.
No, but you still did it.
This is take 2, and he introduced himself as BP the first time. We made fun of him, and then he just kept it in.
Like, who calls you BP?
Actually, a couple people do.
You said as always. It's not as always.
I didn't say as always this time. First time I said as always.
The second take, you fixed it.
See, the first time I may have said...
Fetch a thing. You're like, I don't call you BP. He doesn't call you BP. You don't even call yourself BP.
Who am I supposed to call myself? You guys all have nicknames.
Ben Patrick.
Your name.
Yeah, but Ben Patrick. That's lame.
And Rob Kelly.
Yeah, I
and
get
Rose
introduced
Pierre,
last.
Rob Kelly. All right, so let's get straight into the top story.
Don't shorten my name.
Oh. March Madness. Oh my goodness. March Madness has come to an end, and it started with women's South Carolina defeating Caitlin Clark's Iowa to finally get over the hump and win the tourney. After losing for 3 straight years in the finals, the unstoppable and undefeated South Carolina win 87-75. Then there's the men's tournament. Just like the women's tournament, that was never, ever truly close. Purdue was always down by near double digits, if not over double digits, to UConn, leading the Huskies to a convincing, I think, 85-71 win over.
It's just two nearly unstoppable borderline college dynasties that we're seeing.
Just
at
unstoppable.
The same time.
Well, UConn went back-to-back with March Madness, which is
But South
amazing
Carolina hasn't lost in forever.
They lost 3 times, I think, in the last 3 years,
Yeah.
and they're all the last game in the finals.
Yeah.
And now they finally won it. So
Now they're like, this is our best season after going undefeated every regular season for 3 straight years.
And UConn covered every single time. They were perfect against the spread. They were blowing teams out by, I think, 14 every game or something like that. They're just, two teams that you put money on. That's what it is.
And I gotta say, Liam, I've officially joined the Picking the Winning Team Bracket Club. You picked Baylor, right?
I have done that. That was
that was the grossest handshake I've ever seen in my life. If you're audio only, watch the video just for that handshake.
It was disgusting.
That was kind of purposeful.
You went in for a half handshake.
Hey, so anyway, you picked Baylor. Did you ever pick the winning team?
Now listen, if you pick a winning team versus a
so this is
good
a no.
bracket, it's all about what your gut's telling you, and the winning
The
team
bottom of the ninth.
So essentially, he's donating money every March.
every March. like I'm donating money to a person I kind of know through a person I know really well.
What I found very interesting in the women's tournament is it seemed like, once again, Caitlin Clark was carrying that team and was unstoppable and just leading the team and doing everything right. But just South Carolina just was a different breed.
You know what that sounds like?
What?
Zach Edey on Purdue against UConn.
Exactly. Just one
Same
person
story.
doing everything. And it's just not enough because good team basketball will always prevail. And that's what you kind of saw on both sides, both men's and women's. It's just good team basketball ended up winning it all.
True.
The amount of passing plays by both winning teams where they just kept the ball off the ground and were just passing it nonstop. I noticed it more with UConn, especially the start of the second half. They just passed the ball around the arc. Coach told them, if you take the shot, you're taking laps. You wait till you see that shot clock in single digits before you shoot that ball. Every time.
It's time for Quote of the Week. All right, guys, so I found something that was very interesting, to say the least. Angels announcer Wayne Randazzo sounded off after Nolan Samuels. I'm having a rough one. I'm having a rough pod. I'm just gonna power through.
No, he rehearses.
Yeah, I rehearse. Yeah.
Yeah, he Googles things first. Don't worry.
His on-base streak was snapped due to a retroactive decision by the MLB. While also voicing his displeasure with the story ending, he also added, and I quote, "Negative story after negative story. Scandal after scandal," Randazzo said. "A fiasco in Oakland. You have these ridiculous-looking jerseys. You have the MLBPA challenging the league about the pitch clock today because of constant pitcher injuries. And yet, not to mention, your global superstar is embroiled in a betting scandal," unquote. With Randazzo's bold speech, how do you guys feel about the current state of the MLB?
Let me just say, you read that wonderfully. I don't even think a 5th grader could have read it that well. I think a 6th grader probably could have read it better, but...
No, but for real,
Thank you. I
if
needed
you
that
really
today.
want to know the
I needed
effect
that.
of what he said, watch the video of him saying it, because he said
it's pretty good.
very passionately.
It's powerful.
So, I want to get to the first thing, which is the retroactive ending of the streak. So this was his 30th game getting on base to start his career. So all 30 games that he played, he was on base. Third best all time to start your career with an on-base streak. And then he was probably going to break the record, honestly, because he was still getting on base. He's still getting on base. It's only this one game that he's missed. And then they changed it retroactively to an error. And I just think it's so funny that MLB is so willing to change error plays of all things retroactively, but, you know, an umpire misses a pitch by 5 feet. That's never getting changed. An umpire blows a perfect game call, so now this pitcher doesn't have a perfect game anymore. That's never getting changed. The only thing ever getting changed is an error.
Well, let's not get around the fact that if it was an error, then they did the right thing, technically.
That is true.
I mean, you might, you can argue that, the MLB does the wrong thing most of the time, but when they do the right thing and they get it right, you can't be upset just because it's not what you want.
No, that's not the issue I really have with it, because I've had an issue with the retroactive error thing for a long time, where it's you focus so much of the game on, one, not bringing robots or any form of technology into this. They barely let the replay review in. And so you're saying the call the umpire makes is the call the umpire makes. You cannot argue that most of the time. Fine, you're right. You can't. Then why can days later you change an error? If on field the game is like the game decides that's an on base. That's a hit.
Point. This is how I view it. When you're a baseball fan, it's kind of like when you're at your own house. You will complain about all the things that are going on in your own house. When it's your own life, you'll complain about all the things that go on in your own life. And I always said, this is a quote I live by, if you put all of your problems in a basket and everyone else does the same, you'll take your own problems back 10 out of 10 times. So this is how I view it with the MLB. If they put all of their problems in a basket with the NBA's and the NFL's problems right now, I can bet you that I think the MLB would just take theirs back. Because let's take a look at all of the things he's mentioned. You have all of these negative stories, scandals after scandals. That's basically the same thing in every single league. We've seen great stats be taken away. We've seen great storylines be dropped.
Stats.
Yeah, we've seen all of this stuff that just sometimes they just throw things by the wayside because they want to do something else. Yeah. We've seen that numerous times in all three sports. But then you go to the fiasco in Oakland. Look at the bad teams in the other leagues. I think the NFL is the only one that doesn't have this problem, but the NBA just decides to tank some years. Like, they just decide that we're not playing for 5 years.
But Pistons fans still show up to the games.
And
True.
And it's not that they're tanking to get good picks. Oakland is tanking so he can sell the stadium and move the team because he doesn't like
Look at what happened in Washington. It never got that bad. Not even close.
Oakland sold out the Coliseum less than 3 years ago. Like, they had viewers. They had people show up to the games when they put a product on the field. This is the owner purposely sabotaging his team to the
pretty bad.
extent, like it is.
Oh,
it
it is
is
bad.
ridiculous.
It is bad, but I'm just saying there is similarities to it. It's worse than what the other teams are going through, but we've seen it before.
And to be fair, the gambling one, there's a gambling scandal
There's
in the
gambling,
NBA.
the Calvin Ridley gamble.
Right now in the NBA, there's a gambling scandal in Toronto
Okay, yes,
With
but
who?
with Michael Porter Jr.'s brother.
oh, Michael Porter Jr. So is he the face of the league and a world-renowned superstar?
No, he's not.
Okay,
But, scandal either way.
I
The best
players are betting on the
linebacker of
games.
all time has allegations on him that are horrible. The greatest, like there's allegations on everybody.
Luke Kuechly was a clean man.
I was talking to Ray Lewis. But
Well,
he was acquitted.
You have to just say
it's
that.
still, Ray Lewis he was one of the greatest of all time, and he had his scandals.
Well, the thing that really
Which were, by the way, his scandal is 10 times worse than a betting scandal.
he was acquitted. So the thing with this
So was OJ.
with this particular situation with his whole rant is that we are a week and a half into the season, and this all happened within the last month. Like that is a part of the MLB situation right now, where it's not like, all right, yes, we have these scandals and everyone has all these scandals. It's like, oh no, it is all hitting the fan right now.
You know what is unique, though? I will say. All these problems do have similarities. I've never seen the uniform one.
Oh, the jerseys?
It's so
They're bad.
easy not to screw that up.
Yeah, the
and
uniform one's.
They just, I mean,
It's such
how
an
do you do
easy
that?
fix.
There
too.
are several teams that don't have their secondary uniforms because they were out of stock by Fanatics, the company that's supposed to make the jerseys. Just last night, there was I think it was Mitch Haniger slid home, and the entire side of his pants ripped apart, just shredded. Yeah,
I didn't even see that.
like you can
so
see through their pants from the upper decks. Like fans are taking pictures where you're like, oh no, you can see through his pants. You can see where he tucked in his jersey. It's insane how disgusting these jerseys are.
That's pretty bad.
That's crazy. But and the last one, and I think this is a very important one as well, is how the MLBPA is challenging the league about the pitch clock. Saying that it's causing the
that's
injuries.
a rule dispute. Look at kickoffs.
This is my thing.
About the injuries.
But because
they're challenging the rule.
But here's
though.
my thing. I don't
mean,
think
look at kickoffs. They're challenging because of injuries.
me and Rob have separate reasonings for why pitchers are getting hurt, and neither of them are the pitch clock. I forgot how to even begin to explain what yours is, but mine is I just think if you are putting every last bit of your arm into every throw to get it 2 more miles per hour, you're gonna throw your arm out.
Speed has to increase, so does damage.
Exactly. So you're putting. It's just like, for example, if every single time the offensive lineman went to block, he put like his entire everything into it. Eventually, he's gonna get hurt.
It's a really bad comparison.
True, but
You
still.
could have used quarterback.
Quarterback, yeah,
So-
true. If he threw it yeah, true. That's
My only
sorry.
counter
Bad
argument-
Bad day.
I have 2 main counter arguments to this. One is Aroldis Chapman, who's been throwing 101 consistently for about 14 years in Major League
Yeah,
Baseball.
but that's his own. He has limitations. Everybody has limitations.
No,
now
but-
those people are pushing them.
Can I finish my take
Go ahead.
first? Randy Johnson was known to throw close to 100 his entire career, and he just threw gas day in, day out, through complete games. The issue, I believe, is something pitchers have been saying for past 2 or 3 years now. Ever since 2019, which is known as the juice ball era, when MLB started juicing balls for special games so there would be more home runs and more spectacle, there has not been a consistency of the baseball itself, the way it's rubbed up, the way it's conditioned before the game. Pitchers constantly say the feel of the ball varies ball to ball most games. And when you're trying to grip a ball, you have to get a very specific grip for each pitch, and you have to grip it just right for it to do what you want to do. And if every single time you get a ball, you have to change your grip, you have to change the fundamentals of how you pitch depending on the ball that you get, that is going to mess with you.
So,
Now-
what I actually believe is actually just off of that. What I believe is they're cracking down on sticky substances now,
Yes.
which is resulting in a lessened grip on the ball.
Yes.
And now they're not being able to grip the ball. They have to adjust it a little bit different. It's messing up their arm pretty bad.
So now the playing legally is hurting them.
Yeah.
Because now I think it's a combination when you really think about it. Now they have to throw harder because the spin rate's not going to fully be there. So I just think that it's just making things a lot worse. But
There's also a good chance it's a combination of all of them, but I think it's more the grip and the sticky stuff than anything else.
at the end of the day, the MLB is fine, but I think there are improvements to be made.
With the jerseys.
With the jerseys, number 1 jerseys. It's time for the burning questions.
Don't throw your hat at me.
I
There's
didn't mean
Rob's weekly fit of rage.
to.
No,
Yeah.
it's not game time yet.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right. The NBA playoff picture is almost complete. What teams are you guys most concerned about? What teams in the NBA playoffs are you going to be concerned about going into the postseason?
Well, my Heat are in a 7 seed right now, so that's my obvious one.
I wouldn't be too crazy concerned about.
You got to
the
play
Heat.
the Sixers in the first round
That is true.
to even get in. And then if you don't beat them, you have to go play one of the other playing teams, which are beatable but dangerous. And if you beat them, you got to go play the Celtics in the first round with them having home court advantage.
But if you win, you have to play the Bucks. Yeah, that's.
I'd much rather play the Bucks.
I know you said that earlier.
I'd much rather play the Cavs, first of all.
I mean, anyone would. 6 seed is the best because you get to play the Cavs. Well, actually, the Cavs have fallen. I think.
I think
I
they're
think
still
they're down
3.
to 5.
No, because who's behind them? The Knicks?
I think the Knicks have moved to 4, and another. Who am I missing? There's one more team at the 3. But yeah,
I'll pull up the playoff picture real quick.
There's no way.
but I believe the
it's gotta
Cavs
be
fell down.
It's got to be the Cavs.
No, I believe. But anyway, in the West, and as much as I hate to say it, I know you went Homer. I'm worried about the Thunder. They're playing horrible right now, and they're trying to find their. I know they got the ticket to the playoffs a long time ago, but I feel like they just haven't been clicking, and this is the worst time to
Yeah,
lose
this
it.
is always a bad time to cool down. And you're right, they have been cooling down a little bit.
Which is concerning. Don't get me wrong, just going to the playoffs I feel like is a successful season for where we were. But I'm still going to be really disappointed if after all this you just don't have it.
We got
So, here's the actual playoff picture if you want to look at it.
dude.
Now-
It's the Wizards, not the Wizards. Oh my god, imagine
That would have been
it's
crazy.
the Magic.
Magic, yeah.
Wow.
Did I get it right though? Knicks are 4th?
Yes. So I'm going to bring up a team that we've talked about their concerns throughout the season so far, and that is the Clippers. Only because
Are they doomed?
it's not that they're doomed. Now it's clutch time, right?
Uh-oh.
Different players have stepped up throughout the season, something we said they would need to do. But now is the time where they all need to come together and be clutch all at the same time. And can they do that?
Kawhi could.
Can he? Or is
Yeah.
he just gonna get hurt in the first 20 minutes of the game?
Okay, good point. Okay. But if Kawhi doesn't get hurt, he can do it. Paul George, not too confident.
Pandemic P.
Pandemic P. Then there's Russ. Russ Westbrook was born in the playoffs. Yeah, I'm not too confident. Yeah, that's a good point.
That and, they just changed our logo. What is that?
I feel like in the West, as much as I'd like to say I have confidence in the Lakers, I also don't have much confidence in the Lakers because I don't even know if they get to the play-in because they're such a defensive team. If they face a team that gets over 80, they always struggle.
Yeah.
They always struggle to get through that.
But LBJ come postseason time is a different.
I
player.
know, but it's still the team is so
I know.
defensive minded.
And it's not a young LeBron anymore.
See,
We said that 10 years ago, too.
basically,
True.
if the league plays to the Lakers and what they want, they can win it all. Problem is, I don't know many teams that are gonna play the Lakers style of basketball.
Now the game's too fast paced right now to play like that.
Exactly. But moving on to the next question, Stephon Diggs has been traded to the Houston Texans for a few picks. I think a second rounder, if I'm
A
right.
second rounder, and then they also had to toss in. The Bills had to toss in a 6th and a 5th.
So just for a second rounder. So Stephon Diggs, a 6th and a 5th for a second.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry, just rehearing it gets you. Part of this deal is that the Texans will cut out the final 3 years of Diggs' contract, and which will be removed, making the 2024 season a contract year. How do you think Houston and Diggs will mesh together?
That is a real burning question.
It is, you know what I mean? That's why I put it there.
I don't know, man. Diggs is a real diva.
Bills win for getting him out of there. I just feel like they didn't get enough for him.
I agree. They didn't get enough, but you're right. They needed to move on. I think long term, I think this will actually help them because they're getting rid of a big contract. They're getting rid of somebody who doesn't want to be there, and they're getting rid of somebody who can honestly drag down a whole team.
And honestly, with the drop that he had, I feel like if there was a time to get rid of him,
now.
it's like, yeah.
But just like when Odell was a Giant, I wanted him gone because it wasn't worth the headache.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I think is going to help the Texans, especially just as a team, is that they're forcing him into a contract year now.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
And players statistically just play better on contract years. They ball out. That way they can get paid.
But now, the second C.J. Stroud has a bad game, and Stephon Diggs starts talking about him, he's going to leave. Because it's a contract year.
But they're also he couldn't.
He can't quit. Stephon Diggs can't quit in a contract year. That's the thing. You quit in a contract year, you don't get paid.
But he can ball and then say, you know what? We couldn't win the Super Bowl, or you know what? You didn't play up to my standards, or whatever Stephon Diggs does.
Yeah.
He always does this.
Do we think
that's why they made it a contract year, so they can get rid of him quick if he becomes a diva about it.
True.
Do we think he's even the number one receiver in Houston?
Yeah.
Yes.
Over Nico Collins and Tank Dell?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that was easy.
Remember, they're both really good receivers there.
Yes. We understand this.
You don't?
I
Go
think
ahead. Say the words, I think Tank Dell is better than Stephon Diggs.
I think there will be competition for the number one receiver spot.
So he also believes that Stephon Diggs is the number one.
Do I think Diggs is the favorite? Yes. But do I also see in August, if they both take a step up, Nico Collins or Tank Dell or both, if they both take a step up, they could rival and maybe even take the position? I do.
I think Dalton Schultz is going to be the number one receiver.
Joe Mixon.
Oh, no, I just thought we were just saying bold takes that had no backup.
What? They both played phenomenal last season.
And are either of them as proven as Diggs?
No. But
Okay.
are they also on the uptrend and Diggs has been on the downtrend? Yes. Yeah. Take that.
Okay, we'll see.
Facts.
No,
Oh no,
we'll
Diggs
see.
is gonna probably win, but still, I'm gonna remember this. I'm gonna remember the first half of that sentence. If they win, I'm gonna be like, don't listen to the rest of the podcast. Don't listen.
Great.
It's time for game time. Liam, take it away.
Presented by Liam Meekum. So our game today is called Legally Blind. And how that's going to work is
Say
I'm
it.
going to
Say
give
the thing.
I'm legally blind. I can see. Barely.
Thank you.
Yep.
Nice.
So how it's going to work is I'm going to give you 8 NBA players.
Okay.
They are going to be ranked 1 through 25 by Bleacher Report.
Okay.
This is the preseason rankings.
Okay.
You have to determine where they are ranked 1 through 8. So, say one player is at 2 and one player is at 7. 2 would obviously be the 1, the 7 would be the 2. Understand?
Okay. Now, my question here is, do we have to rank them in their spot the moment you say their name, or can we change our list later?
You cannot change your list.
Okay.
So once you put them there, they're there.
Can I also
And this is
ask you?
Bleacher Report.
This is Bleacher Report.
Okay.
Can I also ask you what's the date of this article release?
It was preseason.
Preseason of this coming
Yeah.
NBA
this,
season.
Yep, this NBA season.
Okay.
The
Cool.
one they're currently playing, not the one that's coming up.
Okay.
cool.
So, any more questions
No.
before we do this? Okay. So how rankings are determined?
Oh, wait. What are the rankings of the players? Just whisper it in my ear. Don't tell Pat.
Yeah. First of all, actually, if you get in the correct spot, 2 points. 1 spot off, 1 point. Okay?
Okay.
Rankings are determined. I have it up on the screen there. True peak is a factor. 10-game peak is a factor. The sum of all the scores, the average of all their scores, and their team's success. 5 factors, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I listened.
The first player, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Wait, is that different from Giannis Antetokounmpo?
The very same.
Oh, the same guy.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Rank them 1 through 8.
Do we have to announce what we rank them after we put them down?
After you put them down.
After?
Yeah. So once you guys both have them.
Tell me when you're ready. I already have mine written down. I'm not changing it. So.
Well, yeah, we're not allowed to change it. I'm just struggling real quick.
Well, I could technically right now keep changing it, but I'm pretty set on where I put it.
Great.
Pause.
No, wait.
You don't have to spell it right, Rob. You
Okay, I was just trying really
I know this, but I was enjoying.
Rob
watching it,
always
so I don't
struggles
know.
with spelling too, so we would have been
Why'd
here
you
for an hour.
choose to spell out Antetokounmpo? You could just write Giannis.
I feel like Antetokounmpo is easier than Giannis.
Where did we rank him?
Second.
Third.
Third. Okay. LeBron James.
Okay. This was preseason.
This is preseason, yeah.
Okay.
Any thoughts here?
All
Are we going above Giannis, before Giannis?
right, you don't have to
after?
write Taco Tuesday next to his name.
I put LeBron Taco Tuesday.
His
James.
picture on here is Le Yabba Dabba Do Old Navy.
I put him at 4,
Okay.
lower than Antetokounmpo.
I put him at 6th.
Okay. All right. Solid.
Mm-hmm.
The third one.
Mm-hmm.
Big JB. Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson. Again, preseason.
Yeah.
But these are the top 20 players?
25 it can go up to.
25. Okay. Can go up to the top 25 players in the league.
It's a random 8 of them.
Okay.
What do we got?
At number 7, I put Jalen Bunsen Burner.
Nice.
I put him at 8th.
Okay. Next one. Mr. 71. Donnie Mitch.
Donnie Mitch.
See, I'm looking at my list, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know who's left, which, part of the game. But I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to give myself some playing room
I
here.
like it.
I'm gonna take a gamble. I'm gonna shoot my shot, like all these guys do.
We got to wait for him to spell it right.
Yep.
I just put Mitch.
What'd you put
All
him
the
at?
other ones are like paragraphs, and then he gets Mitch. What'd you
put
got?
him at? I put him at 7th.
Where you got him?
6th.
Okay. Next one.
Mm-hmm.
Son of the late, great Del Curry. Steph Curry.
Oh, thank goodness. Ooh, okay.
All right, I put him at 3.
I put Steph at 4.
Okay. Tyrese Maxey.
Oh, man. Top 25?
Top 25.
Okay, well.
I put him at my 8th spot.
Okay.
He's had by force. He's my 5th spot. Who are my top 2 players in the league?
Luka Doncic.
Oh, thank God. Oh man, but do I think he's better than?
But here's the thing: we're getting 8 of the top 25, so we're not necessarily getting the number 1.
I know. So do I think Jokic or Embiid is coming up?
Or are we getting another Tyrese Maxey?
I think it would also be hilarious if he picks a really bad player and I have him be the number 1 spot. So I'm going with 2. And I think he's closer because Luka could easily be 3rd too. So playing off points.
Okay. Solid.
So I'm
Where'd you
going
put him, Rob?
2nd for Luka.
5th.
Okay. So what do you guys have open?
1.
1.
Both of you?
Who's our number 1 player in the league?
Your number 1 player in the league? Kevin Durant.
Whoa, that's not the worst, but it's not correct. All right.
All right, what's the actual
What's
list?
the actual list?
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Start at 8.
I already have it up starting at 1.
Oh, okay.
Number 1, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
All right, I have him at 2.
Rank number 4. We'll tell you 4th total in the league.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was off by 1 there. So
Tally all your points after.
Yep.
Rank number 2, Kevin Durant. Number 6.
Okay, that's
Okay.
better than I thought.
You ready for the blasphemy?
Yeah.
Yeah, hear me. Hit it.
Tyrese Maxey. Number 8.
What?
I almost got it. I almost.
I was
got
looking through this list. I was like, oh, this is going to upset some people.
Yeah. I almost got it.
You know what stinks? What was his number on the list?
Number 8. Yeah, you're right.
I feel like that should count for something.
Yeah.
Special points. If it's a tie, I win.
Number 4, LeJean Brames, ranked number 9.
Heck yeah. That's what I got. Was it 2 points if you got it right?
Dang,
2 points if you got it right.
Okay.
bummer.
At number 5, Luka Doncic, ranked number 10.
This is just going south.
Okay.
At number, what are we at?
6.
6, Seth Curry, number 13.
Seth Curry?
Yeah.
Okay.
At number 7, Big JB, number 19.
Okay.
All right. I know my total.
And at 8, Donnie Mitch, at rank 23.
Wow. Rob,
Wait,
I'm pretty sure you won.
What do we got?
I got 3 points.
On who?
Oh, I got 1 for Brunson, 1 for Mitchell, and 1 for Kevin Durant.
Okay. Rob, what do we got?
I got 8 points.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so Kevin Durant, I was off by 1. Giannis, off by 1. I got LeBron perfect at 4, Luka perfect at 5, and Jalen Brunson at 7.
You, sir, are legally blind.
I only got 3. I only got 3 wrong.
shopping.
Pretty good.
Get
pretty
in,
good.
loser. You're going shopping. Nice.
Ugh.
You said it too kindly. You say it like you're mean. Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
Hello, everyone. I am... Professor Meak-Man. And this is Meak-Man's lessons. Let me get the black marker, please. So I'm going to be explaining to you today the NFL kickoff system, the new system. Just for those who don't understand it, this is a nice little new segment, right? So here we have foot, ball, field.
Mr. Meekum? Mr. Meek-Man?
Football.
Professor Meek-Man. That's not how you spell football field.
Stupid question. Okay, so we're going to call this the 50-yard line, okay? This
That's like 40% of the way through.
This is going to be the end zone. This is going to be the end zone. So, first of all, this is going to be the 35-yard line.
So that's the 35-yard
It's a
line?
really weird camera angle. So, 30 to 35. Anywhere in this green area. Stupid question.
Okay.
That is where the receiving team can line up. Of course, with returners wherever they want.
So where's wherever they want?
Wherever they want. So this is the worst segment ever. This is going to be the 40-yard line to the 45, okay? A little bit disproportionate, but it's fine. This is where the kicking team is going to line up in the purple marker.
But they're
Shut
really
up.
close to each other.
Yeah, they're going to be really close to each other. What this is doing is to prevent people from charging full speed and hitting their heads against one another. It's going to really save lives.
How many lives?
A lot of lives.
How many?
We're gonna call this the 20-yard line.
That's like the 32.
Anywhere in here is where the ball can land. So first of all, kick, still at 35, obviously. So this right here, the landing zone. If the ball is kicked, pew, all the way to the landing zone, reaches the landing zone, someone calls for a fair catch in the landing zone. Ball is placed at the 25-yard line. Nice and simple. Now let's complicate it. If the ball is kicked and it goes into the end zone, it's going to be at the 30 now. If it goes out the back of the end zone, also at the 30. If it is kicked, squib kick, and it goes into the landing zone, it is now at the 20. That one you want to do. If it is kicked and it doesn't reach the landing zone, it hits before, we're getting it all the way at the 40-yard line. If it is kicked straight out of bounds and doesn't go anywhere past the end zone, also at the 40. Hope you guys remember that, because that's going to be a lot. And if you can just remember exactly what I said, you're going to look like a genius in front of all your friends when they don't know the kickoff rules. Stay tuned. This has been Ppoffsr Meak-Man and his lessons.
It's time for locks and upsets. All right, so current standings, I'm still in first, Liam's still in second, Rob's still in third. All right,
Well, that was quick and clear.
yeah. Nice. All right, so I'm going to go first. I think my lock is tomorrow the Yankees will complete the sweep and defeat the Marlins on Wednesday. If you're listening, you'll know if I was right or wrong already. Got the
Was that
Yankees
yours?
defeating the Marlins.
No, I just didn't pick mine for the same reason he just said. Is
Yeah.
because the show will be out by the time.
We've done that like 8 million times.
I know, but I try to pick some that are. No, it doesn't matter.
You're better than us. We get it. So my lock is going to be pretty normal this week. I'm going Bo Nickel over Cody Brundage in the UFC.
Okay, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I told you it was going to be normal. Why are you guys making that face?
Psych.
No, that's it.
Oh, Rob?
All right, cool. My lock is Friday Night Baseball. Got the Orioles over the Brewers, and with the news that they're bringing up Jackson Holiday, they're going to start raking big time.
And for my upset, I'm going to go with the Wizards defeating the Boston Celtics in the last game of the season. Celtics rest starters on Sunday.
Are you kidding me? That's what I was going to go with.
And really? Actually?
All right. Well, all right. I have a backup. I'm going. I didn't want to do this, but I guess I'm going the ATP Monte Carlo.
I knew this was
I'm
coming.
going Alex the Minotaur versus Talon Griekspoor, and I'm taking a prop bet. I'm going to go Talon Griekspoor to not win 2 sets. I guess if I have to settle for one.
Are you happy with yourself? All right, my upset is that Jordan Spieth will win the Masters this weekend.
All right. Now, I would like to thank you all for listening. You can follow us on our socials at Dear Hollow Heroes, or you can email us through dearhollowheroes@gmail.com. Message us and let us know what you think of the topics we discussed, or give us a take of your own. And I would also like to thank Meak-Man Liam Meekum, Robespierre Rob Kelly. I'm just Ben Petrick, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. See you all next week.